Have it one. Today I'm going to be reviewing the season finale of The Walking Dead, episode 6. Now this one is a pretty simple storyline to end the series. It basically kind of, it in a way ties up all remaining loose ends, and it kind of moves the story a little bit further. So we last left off. The gang found the CDC, and they headed in. They didn't know what to expect. So what happens? We get a couple flashbacks, and this is before the apocalypse happened, and it shows Shane actually in the hospital trying to save Rick. Well, outside his hospital doors, there's a whole bunch of military things going on, and it was Shane's attempt to try and save him, but at the time Rick was still unresponsive. Shane actually thought he was trying to look for signs that he was still going to make it, and from what he saw, it looked like he was a vegetable. So he left him there in the hospital room, and he put like a bed and barricaded the front entrance so that no zombie could actually get in. Try to protect him as much as he can, but his state of mind is that he actually assumed he was either a vegetable or dead. So that's how he really came to the conclusion that Rick died. We see it from his perspective. So it moves on forward to the CDC. They get inside, and they learn that there's only one guy there. So other than that, we have the survivors, and they recoup at the CDC, and we have mainly two storylines other than the CDC that were happening at the CDC. We have the story one with Andrea, who is not in a good place since her sister died. And then we have the drama with Rick and Lori. And, well, it's not really Rick and Lori, but the whole Rick, Lori, and Shane thing. And Shane is kind of not in his right mind when he's there.
Okay. And if I could have traded places with him, I would have.
He's still hung up over Lori. He drinks and just becomes a nightmare to Lori in this episode. So other than that, Andrea is just grieving over the loss of sister. She might even be borderline suicidal in this episode.
There's nothing left.
So other than everyone recouping, the next morning, after everybody has rested to the best of their ability and taken a hot shower, after everyone has rested, they've had a little breakfast, and they've met up with Jenner in the little lobby area. And Jenner shows everybody on a screen what happens to a person when they die.
It invades the brain like meningitis. The adrenal glands hemorrhage, the brain goes into shutdown, then the major organs. Then death.
He shows the progress of the state of mind of someone that goes from human to reanimate to a walker. The whole process can take up to a certain amount of time, and then once it's happened, there's no human element left in the zombie. They just simply became a source for food. They wake and they look for a source of food. That's pretty much their state of mind. They wake up and they're not the same person they were before because that person is gone. So anyway, he demonstrates that, and he shows a test victim on his screen, which is the title of this episode. That's the name of the test unit. So Dale actually notices a timer counting down. That's when Jenner says that this whole place is going to explode. So Jenner actually locks all the doors so that nobody can get out. And what Jenner plans on doing is blowing up the whole place with everybody inside. So this causes Rick and everybody to get very angry, and Rick is trying to negotiate with Jenner to tell them to let him out so they have a chance. This causes Shane to act very violent, and Rick is just trying to negotiate with him to tell him to let everybody out. So he tells everybody that everybody has a choice, and some people choose to stay behind and be blasted by blowing up, and then everybody else leaves. So we have Andrea who decides to stay and end her life with the explosion. But then Dale comes up to her and just explains to her that if she decides to end her life, then he's gonna be there right beside her.
If you're staying, I stay too. He's right. We know what's waiting for us out there. I don't want to face it alone.
So, as everyone else is trying to make it out of the CDC, Rick has a grenade that he has earlier. He uses it to blast out the windows. So everybody's there racing to get to the RV before it explodes. And then it's actually revealed that Dale actually convinced Andrea he spared her life. So they're both running out there before everything explodes. So the surviving members all get together in the RV and they take off into the unknown territory, and we head into season 2. So we leave off the season. We don't know what's in store for the surviving members of the survivors. All we know is they're on a road and it's going to lead them somewhere, and that will lead into season 2. So a couple thoughts on as I close season 1. This is the shortest season. It is a very quick season. It really just introduces all the characters and everything that you need to know to move forward into season 2. In season 2, we move forward into we learn more about these characters. So that's basically all I'm going to be talking about season 1. There's not really much to talk about with 6 episodes because, like I said, it just introduces the characters and gets you ready for season 2. So that is my review of the last episode of The Walking Dead season 1. Stay tuned. I will be going into season 2 at a later time, so stay tuned for my notifications when that happens. Other than that, you guys, if you like this review, if you want me to do more reviews with the show, make sure you hit the like button. Other than that, you can hit the subscribe button and get notified whenever I make another reaction or review video. Okay, I'll see you guys in my future videos.